favorite paint store. Getting ready to get the paint for the Fatburger car. Arnie Paint. They got arniepaintsomething.com. I'll get you that when I get inside. But we're just going to go over what it takes to actually prep a chassis, prep a body, prep everything, what it takes to make the paint. And there's no one way to do it or one kind of material, but this is a PPG store, and we use PPG products and like them. And Arnie is a great store to deal with. They're very knowledgeable people. So we're going to go inside and see if they'll do a video with us. Okay, we're in the inner workings of a paint store now. If you notice, everybody's sitting around and not doing anything, although they're talking paint over here.
Yeah, I stand all day on concrete.
Yeah, okay.
I have to sit down there once in a while.
I don't know, Ron, the owner over there, we're not sure what he's doing, but he looks the busiest out of everybody. We've chosen the color, so the first thing we got to do now is figure out what's in the color. So we're going to print a label. So we'll start by printing a label, and while we do that, then we're going to get Mitch to explain to how to prep a chassis and get things ready, and we'll just go over some product here. Are you done already?
Just gotta go mix paint.
Ta-da, we mixed the paint. So there you go, it's red.
It's red.
Fatburger Red. Can we name that Fatburger Red?
We sure can.
Oh, okay, we're going to name
We'll
it.
name it whatever color we want to.
What do you paint, T-Buggy?
Okay, so since this is the internet world, we're going to sneak up on the internet guy. This is Gary. Elaine, can we hide on you too?
No.
Yeah, she does bookkeeping. We're sneaking into the inner sanctum here. Okay, what's your web address?
www.repaintsupply.com.
And it's awesome. I mean, that site is looking good.
Well, thank you.
So this is the man, and this is, for a little town, this is an awesome paint store. Really it is.
Well, thank you.
I've been in big towns and they're in paint stores like this. And you can shop here by going to
www.repaintsupply.com.
All right, what are you doing right now?
I'm adding items to the internet.
Adding items to, I told you he was the internet guy. So we're getting paint, we're going to get Mitch to tell us how to do this.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, we'll see what he knows. Compared to what I know, we'll see who knows more if neither one of us know anything.
Well, good luck with it.
We better get on.
I just started.
Okay. What are you doing? You better tell us what you're doing here.
I'm putting first toner in right now.
Toner.
There's more than just red in red.
Oh, what else is in red?
There's red, there's actually white, a little bit of magenta, and violet.
Okay, what about balancers and binders?
And there's balancers too.
What's the balancer do?
It kind of acts as, extends the color out. Not all paint is pure pigment. I mean, part of paint is binder, which makes it, sprayable and makes it lay out, and, basically makes it usable. I mean, pure pigment's almost useless by itself. So the biggest chunk of most automotive paints probably is binder and balancer.
And what is balancer? Both of them?
It's the same product, basically.
Only different.
Yeah.
They're both kind of clear.
Yeah.
It like makes you feel like you're not getting your money's worth. You're just putting clear in there.
Yeah. This color actually has a lot of pigment in it, typically red.
And this is formulated by weight.
Right. Everything's measured out in parts or grams, whichever one. This formula has to be in grams.
So we weigh it all out, and you're going to be careful, right? now.
Yeah, got to make sure it's on the money.
Surely you're not going to a gram.
No, we're measuring this one.
A tenth of a gram?
Measuring a
Tenths of a gram. So we're going to be within a
tenth of a gram.
Tenth of a gram or less. So that's how we mix paint. There's some paint here and there's paint there, and it just all stirs up, and there's lots of colors, and so we'll see how good he is. Red and yellow, what's that make?
Red and yellow?
Yeah.
Don't put me on the spot.
Orange. Blue and yellow. What are the primary colors?
We know all them.
Okay, never mind. He's just the paint mixer guy.
Just tint it.
He's not the painter or the painter. You tint it. Okay.
We tint it.
All right. Well, I've tinted enough in my life. So now I have glasses, I can actually see what I'm doing. So get it all done. On the shaker it goes, and we're ready to paint.
Be done with it and
Paint a Fatburger car. It'll look like ketchup. Is it ketchup color?
sure, you want to call it ketchup red?
Ketchup red. We'll call it ketchup red. All right. And mustard yellow for the flames.
It's a T-bucket. It's going to be fast. So you got to catch up, right?
All right. Did you get that? It's T-buckets, so it's fast. So you got to catch up with it. And it's for the Fatburger, so we got ketchup red, and we'll have mustard yellow for the flames.
You got it.
All right. We can rename our paint.
What are we talking about?
He's
Hello?
like the brains of the opera. Hello. Hello. Hi, Mom. You're going to teach me about how to paint in about, you got 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay.
I'm bare metal. I'm starting with bare metal.
This is not bare metal, but this side is.
That is. Okay. How do I make paint stick?
Most paint manufacturers with bare metal prefer a metal etching compound, which is a liquid that you rub on here with a Scotch-Brite. rinse it off
You
and
gotta
put
rinse
it
it off. I've used it both ways. I've put it on and I've not done it. I've had the same effect both ways.
right, and then they use a conditioner which neutralizes the acid, which is in the first one.
Right.
And then at that point, you can put almost anything on there, but we recommend typically
Prep of
use.
this, I've sanded.
Oh
And
yeah,
I've sandblasted.
you've cleaned it,
Cleaned
you've
it.
sanded it, you've re-cleaned it,
Okay.
you've metal prepped it with the acid, then the conditioner to get rid of the acid. Or you can negate all that except for the cleaning process
Okay, cleaning.
and the sanding, and go direct to it with a epoxy primer, with a metal etching catalyst, or a true acid primer, which most people don't use anymore because it's typically made for small panels. You're doing large panels, it has a real bad tendency to dry spray and give a real rough look. If you've got a good smooth surface that doesn't need any body work or anything, our DP epoxy primer is always the best because you put it on 2 coats, let it dry for an hour or 2, and top coat it immediately.
Now the key on this, clean, ready to go, and an etching primer.
Sure.
You got to have an etching primer.
Yeah.
And the etching primer, they just got some kind of an acid or something in it.
Right, and it helps it maintain corrosion protection and adhesion throughout its life.
So we got that, and you got that on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's already
But,
been
this
performed
is a
here.
DP product,
This is DP epoxy primer right here.
and then DP gray would be whatever, DP
DP50.
DP50, DP40 is green, DP90, which we use a lot of,
Black,
is black.
yeah.
So
It's an awesome product. It's been a workhorse for us for many, many years. And as long as the EPA will let us keep it, we'll keep it as long as they allow us and sell it forever.
and we're a PPG shop, and you're a PPG store,
Exactly.
and we both like PPG. It's not
Awesome.
the only paint, but it's one of the better ones.
Well, for an all-around top-line product, it's hard to be beat.
Okay, so next we got something sticking on the paint. Now
Yeah,
what do I
sure.
do? I got some Bondo on mine. What do I do next?
Okay, you want to sand your Bondo appropriately.
Okay, got it. Appropriately is down to 40 grit. No? Come on, I'm an old body man, and
No.
the painter didn't ever buy the 40 grit. 80 grit? No.
I like to see, personally, I like to see 220, 320.
All right, I'm at 150. I'm good with that.
150 if you're good with that. I don't mind people using 150 because they use more primer that way.
Okay, 220.
I make more money that way.
Okay.
But 220, I like to stop there because you have less sand scratch swelling. If you got a guy that likes to hose the primer on and do it in one coat, we love those guys.
Okay, and you are an old painter, and it makes it easier for him when it comes in 220.
Yeah.
Now the thing on shrinkage, we're not in the old lacquer days.
But there is still shrinkage.
There is still shrinkage.
Every product has solvent in it. The solvent's got to go somewhere. When the solvent is left on the panel and top coated, which means is if I prime this panel and didn't give it proper flash, sand it just as soon as it was almost sandable, and paint over it, I would guarantee you that it would lose its gloss and show sand scratches in about 3 days.
And a 40 sand scratch is going to shrink up a whole lot more than a 220 sand
Exactly.
scratch.
What you see a larger crater or gouge with the 40 than you would the 220, so it's less noticeable. And with metallic colors, everywhere that shrinks down into, that metallic twists and bends and amplifies the whole problem.
Okay, let's talk about coats, color coats.